and welcome to my channel. Today's video is all about hype. Whether there is hype, whether it's worth it or not, and about things that are unhyped whatsoever. It seems like nobody talks about them and I am wondering why. I have 3 products per category. So I have 3 products that, in my opinion, are absolutely worth the hype. 3 products that are, in my opinion, are just not worth the hype. They're simply not worth the amount of attention that they're getting. They might be good, they might be just fine, but to deserve all the hype they're getting, they have to exceed my expectations, and they just haven't. And there are 3 products that I just don't seem to hear anybody talk about them, and I'm just wondering why. So the way I'm going to be doing the video is I'm going to start off with something that I don't think is worth the hype, to something that is absolutely worth the hype, and finishing up with something that is absolutely not hyped and I'm wondering why, and so on and so forth. So there's going to be 3 rounds of not yes, where, and the first round is just about to start. Let's start off with something that is, in my opinion, just simply not worth the hype, and that is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I like this product a lot. I don't love it. I don't think that it works all over the face the way that I anticipated it, or the way that I wanted it to. I wanted it to be something that can slather all over my face and for it to just kind of filter, because it's called the Hollywood Flawless Filter. I wanted it to give my face like this blurring filter. It doesn't give my face a blurring filter, and in fact it makes my foundation settle into my fine lines. But if you use it strictly as a highlighter on top of your cheekbones, on the bridge of your nose, and just a tad bit, a tiny little dab on your chin, you're gonna be fine. If you apply it right here, your foundation is going to settle into your expression lines. When you frown, it's going to settle there and it's going to make you look like you're frowning all the time. Something that I'm not doing is frowning all the time, and I don't want to look like I'm frowning all the time. So for that reason, I don't really think that it warrants itself the hype that it's getting. It's been getting this hype for a long time. It still is. People rave and rave about it all the time, saying that it's a one-of-a-kind product. While I do kind of see why it is a unique product, I just don't know if it's a magnificent, out-of-this-world product. And that's just what I have to say on that. So while I do think that it's a good product, I don't think it's an amazing, unbelievably great, worth every bit of hype product. How many times have I said the word product? Something that, in my opinion, is absolutely worth the hype, and I'm like, yes! I finally tried it. I've been wearing it for 3 times already, and I can already tell you that I love it. The first time I got the shade that I absolutely shouldn't have gotten, and then I got another shade, and that is what I have been using. And I'm talking about the most inexpensive foundation in the world, probably, and it's a Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. It's the foundation on my face. I've been wearing this foundation since 8 o'clock in the morning, and now it's 8 o'clock at night. It's been 12 hours. I was gonna say 24. It's been 12 hours, and my foundation looks like it's freshly applied. It is so pretty. I cannot get over it. And for 3 days, every time I wear it, I just love the way my skin looks. It looks healthy. It doesn't emphasize texture or anything. It doesn't emphasize, like, you know, sometimes when you have breakouts, your foundation can settle there weirdly or anything, like, or maybe even like emphasize your, you know, your nose crevices or your expression lines. It barely, ever so slightly, almost unnoticeably emphasizes my smile lines, but in comparison to other foundations I've tried, this is superb in the smile lines, or is it called marionette lines? I think Hannah Louise Poston calls them marionette lines, and I trust her when it comes to language and other things, but for this situation, just language. But yeah, I just really, really love it. I do think that the shade line or the shade range is poor, to say the least. And I wish that Catrice would expand. And that's the case with Catrice with all of their foundations, I feel. Like even the other one that I love, the HD, the one with the pipette, I love that one. And I've loved it for a while now. But even that has a poor range, and this one too. But honestly, the formulas is something that Catrice really, really nails. And I feel very, very happy to have found a foundation that I love so much that reminds me, actually, it kind of reminds me of the Cogendo Aqua foundation. Maybe it's in my head because I'm just so obsessed with the way that it looks and I haven't tried the Cogendo in a few years. But it kind of reminds me of that one. Maybe if I repurchase the Cogendo, I might do like a wear test or something. Like half of my face with the Cogendo and the other half with the Catrice. Maybe. Who knows? But the final product that I think is not getting any hype, and I'm upset about it because I love it. It's the Danessa Myricks Vision Flush. This is my favorite Danessa Myricks product. I know that many people seem to love the bronzer. I haven't tried it, I will admit. And many people love the cover fixes. I love the cover fixes, foils, and metallics. I don't really particularly love the mattes, especially because today there's going to be a product that doesn't get any hype that I think is way better than the Danessa Myricks Cover Fix mattes. That's what I'm trying to say. But the Vision Flush is a product that I am simply obsessed with. I love using it on my cheeks. I love using it on my lips. I love using it on my eyes. Granted that it does crease quickly on my eyes, but I don't really mind because it gives me like this color. This is the color Toasted Almond. This color kind of lends itself to this gorgeous, disheveled, worn-in, kind of grungy look. It's beautiful. I love, love, love it. And nobody talks about these. And I'm like, are you out of your mind, or have you simply not tried it? Because if you have tried it and you're not raving about it, I was gonna say talking about it. If you're not raving about it, you haven't used it enough to understand the insane formula that this is and the beautiful color that specifically Toasted Almond is. I love the color so much. I love it. I mean, if I could only have 10 cheap products. I filmed the video already. This is definitely going to make it. It is absolutely a must-have for me, without a doubt. Okay, next round. The first product is absolutely not worth the hype, in my humble opinion, and I'm talking about the Cosmetics. I think they're called something like Vision Cloud. I mean, there is no way I will be able to tell what this is, but it's like their liquid lipsticks, the matte liquid lipsticks. It's okay, you know, it's okay. I have found a way to wear it, to make myself appreciate it more, which is I like to apply it in the center of my lips, and then I take a buffing brush, which is this one. This is from Kiko, it's number 02. I love that brush so much. And I just like smudge it all over my lips, and I layer on top of it the Merit lip oil in the shade Mirror Catch. Lovely. But this on its own, I don't know, I don't find it to be particularly long lasting, and I don't find it to be particularly comfortable to warrant it being an uncomfortable lip gloss an uncomfortable lip gloss that fades too quickly. I don't know, I don't love these. I really don't. The color is gorgeous. Faded Clementine is one of the most beautiful colors. But for the longevity and how it feels, I just don't know if it's worth the hype. I know that many people love these. I like them. I like them, and I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I just like them. Okay, a product that is absolutely worth hype, and this product gets hype depending on who you watch. If you watch people that are similar to the people that I watch, Or if you're on IG, I feel like this brand gets more hype on Instagram than they do on YouTube. But Salt New York cheek products overall. I got a bundle or a kit, I'm not sure what they call them. This is the bundle that I have. I have the shade beige, the highlighter in the shade beige, Spice in the blush, I have the bronzer in light, medium, and I have the contour shade. This is how they look. They're gorgeous, right? And the formula is insanely beautiful. Insanely beautiful. I love using them as a base, on their own, with a base, like with a foundation, without a foundation. They look gorgeous and they last very well, regardless to how you wear them. And they are so easy to apply. They seem to have the right amount of pigmentation for what they're supposed to be. So the formulas differ from product to product. They differ between products, but it's perfect for what the product is meant to do. So the blush is almost, it has nice pigmentation, but it's almost translucent and glossy. It looks like a blush is supposed to look. It looks like a blush that is, you know, native to your skin. Not in terms of color, but in terms of effect. It looks like it's coming from within, and it lets your skin show through, but it gives it this tint, this almost a veil, this like almost chiffon veil on your skin that lets the skin show through while coloring it somehow, giving it a tint. It's absolutely beautiful. I love these, I really do. And as Cathy said, using the highlighter to kind of blur the lines between your under eye concealer and your cheek products is a genius idea. I love these so much. They're incredible. So they're absolutely worth the hype. They might not be getting a lot of hype if you don't watch the people that I watch. I'm gonna leave some channels underneath or some IG accounts that I think make great use of featuring and using Salt New York. Wow, what a brand. I'm very excited to continue to wear these, especially in the winter when it's more kind of, when you feel like powder with the cold weather just don't really seem to mingle well together. They seem to make your skin a little bit like dry, to feel a little bit dry. Then using creams is just perfect for the skin. Anyways, let's move to the third category and talk about products that don't seem to get any hype, and I just don't get it. I don't get it. And I'm talking about my most recent obsession. One of my most recent obsessions when it comes to makeup, and it's the Smashbox Always On Cream Eyeshadows. These things are genius. They are the easiest by far, the absolute easiest products to use. They are the easiest eyeshadow, cream eyeshadows that come in a tube formula. No matter how much you get, you always seem to be able to blend them seamlessly. You don't really get this distinct line where the product begins and ends. It's so smooth and it's so blendable. You can even blend them to the extent that I have used the shade Guava as a blush and on my lips. And on my lips, I would say that it didn't feel as comfortable as what a lipstick should feel like, but it looked beautiful, and if you layer a gloss over top, you're just gonna be fine. But they are so pretty. I have 4 shades because I'm obsessed. I have the shade Guava, which makes for a stunning blush. I have the shade Amber, which is like this beautiful, almost mustardy shade, absolutely stunning for every day, for special occasions. This as a base with something like an eye gloss or something like that, like a top coat, incredible. I have the shade Taupe, I think. Taupe is an absolute favorite of mine because it looks like my eyelids, but better. It's insanely beautiful. And finally I have the shade Sienna. Sienna is stunning. It's a little bit too pigmented. I'm gonna start to try to manage to wear it also on my lips without looking clownish, because this color is so pretty. It's insanely beautiful, let me tell you. But I'm going to start to work on my skills so that I can wear it on my cheeks. But you can absolutely wear these on your cheeks. It depends on your skin tone and how dark the color is, clearly. But overall, I love them. They are very long lasting, very easy to use. I prefer these over the Danessa Myricks Color Fix Mattes. Absolutely. Although I would love to have the Color Fix Matte Neutral in the shade 7. That's definitely something that I would like to have. Okay, moving on to the third round, and starting with a product that I don't know how much hype it continued to get, but when it first launched it got so much hype, and when I finally caved and purchased it, I honestly didn't get it. But I do like it still. It's a good product, I just don't love it as much as other people seem to. And I'm talking about the Natasha Denona Chroma Crystal Top Coats. This is the shade Nude. And let me tell you why I don't think it's worth. I like it, right? I do. I think that it's a dry formula. I don't know if it's supposed to be a dry formula, but when I got it, it was really, really stiff and difficult to pick up unless you're using your fingers. If you're using a brush, it's not gonna work. If you're using your finger, you have to really dig in and layer quite a bit to get the effect that you want. I wore this once over top of the shade Amber in a video, and my friend Julia commented on it. I didn't tell her what I was wearing because I was being sneaky, but this is the combination that I was wearing. It's a pretty combination, but for this to look the way that you would want it to look, like a top coat, like a glossy, glowy, sparkly top coat, you're gonna have to layer a lot, and you're gonna have to use your fingers because a brush simply doesn't cut it. But you know, when you get the effect that you want, it's a pretty effect. It looks nice. It just is not as the result takes a little bit of work, and for something that is expensive like a Natasha Denona product, you would want it to be a little bit more easy to achieve, you know. Next is a product that I absolutely think is worth the hype, and it's another product from Natasha Denona. Sorry, what is up with Danessa Myricks? I'm so obsessed with Danessa Myricks as a person and as a makeup creator that she's on my mind all the time. But these are Natasha Denona palettes. I have two big ones and I have two small ones, and I love all of them. I won't lie, I love all of them. I think the formulas are great, and I think that these are beautiful neutral palettes. I wore this on my eyes not too long ago. I love them. Look at how beautiful this is. It is a little bit dramatic and kind of dark for a neutral palette, but beautiful nonetheless. But the other one that I really love is the Glam Palette. This one is my absolute favorite when it comes to larger Natasha Denona palettes, not the mini ones with the 5 shades. This is how it looks. I love this one. I have been wearing it quite a bit. I love incorporating into other things, and I love using the shades, the shimmers specifically. My camera is the rudest, it cut me off. I was talking about how much I love wearing all of the shades on their own as one and dones, and I love layering the shimmers as well on top of some of my bases. I just think that, for example, the Color Taupe from Smashbox pairs perfectly with most of the cool toned shimmers right here, pairs beautifully with this one right here, and also this. I just love it. And the shade Guava would look splendid as a base for this one as well as this one. I mean, like, you can do so much with this palette and it's so pretty. I love it. I do acknowledge that it's very expensive and you can get beautiful shadows for way less than $65. But if you asked me whether I regret buying Natasha the Nuna palettes, my answer is going to be no, I don't. I love them. And if I lost the Glam Palette specifically, I would absolutely repurchase. Maybe the bronze palette would be something that I would contemplate because it's just a bit too dark for my daily preference, but I eventually would have caved and repurchased it because I really, really like it. Now, the final products, or the final product for this round and for the video is a product that seems to get no hype. It's not a new product to the market. It's an absolutely beautiful product. Jax, you're so cute. It's an absolutely beautiful product. And I'm talking about the Kiko Milano. Do you hear my dad sneeze? Okay. I'm talking about the Kiko Milano, what are they called? Stick eyeshadow, wait, long lasting eyeshadow stick, 8-hour no transfer. These are what I have on my eyes. I layered a Kaja shade on top, but this is what I based my eyes on. And let me tell you that these are absolutely beautiful. It says 8 hours no transfer, and I agree with 8 hours no transfer if you use them on their own. I mean, layered over top of a primer, clearly, because I would never use any eye product without using a fine, thin layer of primer. But if you set them with something like to help their reflection or to help them last a little bit longer, these would last for the entire day until you take them off. I mean, like, I've had my makeup on since 8 a.m. and now it's 8:30 p.m. This face has been on for 12 hours and a half. And my eyes still look as beautiful as they did the moment that I applied all of these products. So I love these. I used to have 7, but I decluttered 1 because I felt ridiculous with that color on. Oh, hold on. I want to make sure that you get the background that I want you to see. I love this area of my room. Okay, so as I was saying, I used to have 7. I used to have an orange one. And I love copper. I don't love orange. That's the realization that I have. And so I decided to declutter the orangey one and keep my copper instead because I love coppers. So yeah, these are 9 products, 3 of which are okay. They're good products. But do they need to get the hype they're getting? I think not. 3 of these products are absolutely worth the hype. I'm like, yes, I'm absolutely jumping on the bandwagon with you. I'm giving them all the hype I can afford. I love them. And 3 products that just make me raise one eyebrow like that and ask myself, where is the beauty community? Crickets. Because these are so good. These are so good. Like, let me talk about them again. Okay, because they deserve it. Kiko Milano eyeshadow sticks, right? Smashbox cream shadows. Della Samarix Vision Flush. I highly recommend you at least try them out. If you have a store nearby that sells these products, go and swatch them. And if you don't, and you're feeling spendy, and you want to try something new, but you're not sure what to try because you already have so much and you don't really have a need for a product, but you have the desire to buy something, then these are products that I recommend. I don't think you are going to be absolutely unable to live another day without them because at the end of the day it's just makeup. But if you're feeling like buying something new, treating yourself to something, then these are products that I stand by, I love, and I highly recommend. So yeah, what about you? What are products that you've tried based on hypes that you stand by, and then products that just simply failed to live up to the expectations that you had? And what are products that you've tried on a whim because you haven't heard anyone talk about and you're like, wait, whoa, these are great and I need to tell all of my friends about because they're so good. What are products that you hype up but no one else seems to hype up? Tell me, I would love to know. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Subscribe to my channel to watch more videos and like the video if you like me, and I will see you soon. Bye.